All right, we got money.
All right. It don't ever let me do this while I always gotta do it from my computer. That's crazy. Am I public see or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what hap Oh, okay.
Oh shoot.
I can never tell if I'm public or not. I have to like have y'all ask.
Yeah.
Nope. See, it was on friends. And I always gotta double check. You just said yeah, like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well,
Why
we're
not?
friends, so I would request it would show that for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. All right. Well, I changed it to public now. So
Okay.
oh man. Okay, where's my scroll? Is my scroll is my ticker not scrolling? Oops. I mean the F Kanye right now. Damn, that was right out the gate. Okay. I bet.
Jesus.
I
And are we
didn't
started?
want to start that hostile. All right. Well, we are here. The time is now 8:53 p.m. A little bit later start than normal, but welcome back to the I Snuck in Here podcast week in review. This week's main topic is who's got your back. So we will eventually get to that. This week we have Kyla, who is sideways right now. Am I the only one see her sideways? Oh, there she go. There she go. All right, bet. Kyla, welcome to the podcast. Kyla, say hello, please.
Thank you for having me tonight. Hello, everybody.
All right, all right. And then, of course, I got my boy Cirque Money. What's going on, C?
In the building, baby. Ready to get to these topics.
Exactly, exactly. I'm gonna let y'all know right from the gate that this week almost did not happen. Almost did not happen. For your boy, I was going through some things and stuff, and I text Kyla and she said she was still good. So if she would have said, "Nah, this wouldn't have happened tonight," but you know what? The show must go on. So let's get down to business with it.
That's why
So
that's why you are a fearless leader. You can't even charge in, man.
hey man, I lead nobody. You know,
Okay.
you can either just walk the way I'm going or not. I don't lead. Don't lead. All right. First topic of the day. Y'all already know what it is. If y'all been watching this podcast, y'all know how I'm gonna start this off. Part 3.
Mm.
Mr. Gene Hackman. Listen. I thought we had this wrapped up last week. I really did. But the more you dive into this story, the weirder it gets, and it's just a mystery to it. So the updates from this time. So Betsy R. Carl, Gene Hackman's wife, apparently she died on February 11th. But now we're getting news that she called the clinic, a medical clinic, on the 12th of February, the day after she was dead. Not only that, they found out that Gene Hackman did not leave any money to his children. Zero. It went to his wife. And if his wife died within 90 days of him, then the money would go to charity. So now that's up in litigation. And then the last thing, and I'll pass on to UC, is that the kids have just blocked the autopsy reports from coming out to the public. So it's a lot of weird shit going on with Gene Hackman. I can't close this case and sleep well at night. What do you think about it?
But it was just reported, like you said, about 2 to 3 hours ago by Jessica Finn of the Sun. Gene Hackman's children want to block the autopsy. Now, when he first passed away, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I, joked around and I said, I think it was his daughter Leslie, because she was the estranged child out of all of his children. And with everything developing week after week with this whole entire weird scenario, you know what the irony is? Gene Hackman lived his life as a movie star, and in his death, his life is becoming a movie. Because this is definitely a thriller that we are seeing before our own eyes. But back to the topic. Um, if his children are blocking the autopsy, that leads me to believe. it could be some form of foul play. Because other than that, wouldn't you want your parents' autopsy to move on with great haste to tie up any loose ends and get to the litigation part of the will in court? Like, I don't see why you would want to put that on hold other than for monetary gain and value.
Okay. Kyla, what you got?
I just think that with this whole story, my whole thing is I need to go back because I'm actually just getting caught up on all of this with
Mhm.
his story. You're saying this is part 3. For me, this is like part 1.
It's definitely part three. It's
Okay,
definitely part three. This is deep.
this is part 3.
This is like my my private passion right now, solving the Gene Hackman. I'm calling it a murder case until somebody proves me wrong. It's a murder case.
Absolutely. And when I was reading up on it, I'm just like, okay, so it sounds like because he had Alzheimer's, right?
He had advanced
Oh,
Alzheimer's.
And then she died right after. Did she have something too?
So she died a week before.
Before he
Technically,
did.
right now she died a week before him, and they're saying that she died from, I forgot, coronavirus. No, it was not coronavirus. Hunter virus. Yeah, it was like from rat droppings and feces and stuff like that. She got sick from that, and so she died a week before. And apparently, he was so deep in his Alzheimer's that he didn't know what he was
He
doing
didn't.
for a week, and then dropped out. What were you about to say? See,
now I went down that rabbit hole of conspiracies, just like you with this whole case. And from what I found, they're saying that the foul play of the hantavirus is coming from someone deliberately let those rats into the home because the hantavirus wouldn't kill you immediately. It's a quiet and slow death. And with them already being, up in age, if it's not looked at thoroughly, it could just be looked upon as natural causes.
yeah.
Mm.
Look, I got some more investigative work to do on this one, so y'all probably gonna see a lot more Gene Hackman. I ain't gonna lie, Gene Hackman is gonna. We might have to start all things with Gene Hackman, but right now it's an open investigation to a homicide in my book, and I think that's the book that matters. So we are going to move on to the next topic that blew my mind this week. Blew my mind. Who is in the streets? What am I talking about? Our boy Usher, 20 plus, almost damn near 30 years later, wants to change the lyrics. He's not changing. He's saying these have always been the lyrics. So I'm going to play this. It won't get us a copyright violation because it's not the actual song, but I'm going to play this and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Hold on one second.
There ain't no one there to interrupt, ain't gotta rush. I just wanna take it nice and slow. See, I've been waiting for this for so long. We'll be making love, baby. I just wanna take it nice and slow.
Right here.
7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top. Who's in the streets? Oh yeah, I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me.
Let me get rid of them.
I pull up and
Did y'all catch that?
I think Usher, he got a little touch of that Gene Hackman because he didn't forget. He,
That
he didn't
man
forget the
said.
lyrics.
That man said, "I'm in my drop top." Who? Not cruising. We've been cruising for 20 plus years. All of a sudden, it is who's in the streets. And I'm sorry, who's in the streets sound like some YN shit that like just came out within the last 3-4 years. Like it cannot have been who's in the streets for this long. If anybody has been saying who's in the streets, you're a liar. Like you're a liar.
This is true. Because I've been saying cruising the streets forever.
Cruising the streets.
Cruising the streets.
And if y'all look at the video, y'all see his eyes. That man knows something when he was just singing his own lyrics.
Look, but you know the messed up part about it is, I went and watched the video, right? The original video, and
Don't do
now
it.
I can't do nothing but hear who's in the streets. Now it's who's in the streets, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking lying. Like, how has this not been corrected? It's like when T-Pain has one too that we've been singing wrong for 10, 15 years as well. I forget that, but I'll think next. But this is more iconic. This is nice and slow, and this is some bullshit. That
Can I ask a question real quick?
absolutely.
Would you put this in the same category of like that song with Lloyd when everybody knows what he's saying? She's 5'2" or she's fine too.
She's fine too, or she's 5'2". This is the same thing, but we've always been singing it wrong with Lloyd.
Okay.
Wait, now I don't even know what the fuck is right with Lloyd. Hold on. She's 5'2". She's fine too. What is it? Is
We
it
used-
5'2" or fine too? What are we saying?
Well, we've been saying 5'2".
We've been saying 5'2", but she's fine too, right? But what if she's just short? What if she's just a short head? Like, what if she just? Oh man, this is the Mandela effect. This is that shit that like.
Now we gotta look it up.
Yes.
I gotta look at like for real. Like, so we gotta get the Usher, we gotta get the
Yep.
gotta get the T-Pain, and we gotta get the Lloyd. This is too much. Kylie, you're sideways again. What the hell are you doing? Are you looking it up?
Sorry. Yes, I was actually.
Well, I mean, you can look it up, but I don't know.
I got you.
Thank you. Somebody Google. I appreciate you. Like, I kind of got an assistant today. Thanks, cuz.
Yeah, I got you.
I got an assistant today because Lord knows I need it. But yeah, okay. Well, all right. We got a couple people in the chat. What does he say? Does he say cruising the street or who's in the street? Oh, and everybody says that Lloyd says 5'2". Is that what we're saying? They says 5'2".
5'2".
5'2". I thought it was fine too. I don't know. All right,
I guess it depends on how many shots you had that night too.
Everything depends on that, don't it?
If you had enough shots, she could be 5'2" and fine too. Like it can all make sense. Cruising the streets, yes, Chanel. Cruising the streets is what the world says, but apparently we've been all wrong for 20 years. So Usher is wilding on that one. All right, moving on. It's cruising. Marie, wait, but have you been saying it's cruising? I feel like okay, you say it's cruising. Everybody says cruising. All right, I'm gonna keep it cruising. I don't care what Usher says, even though it's his song. And I hope he knows. Go ahead, Kyle.
So check this out. So he was actually asked this question on the Breakfast Club, and his answer to it was, he asked the crowd, what do they want to say, 5'2" or fine 2? And he wasn't really sure what he was saying. It was his first mumble lyrics. So it like you said, it really depends on how many drinks you had. What you wanted to be that night.
What you wanted to be. Is she 5'2"?
Is she 5'2" or she fine 2?
Mandela effect strikes again. Well, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Again, nice and slow will always be cruising the streets. To me, I feel like it makes more sense. It doesn't sound like some YN said it. So moving on to the next topic, the Monique show. So your girl Monique and Tyler Perry is at it again. Well, it's not really Tyler Perry, it's just Monique that's at it. Let me read what Monique said if we have not found out, if we don't know. Anyways, where do I find my save stuff at? Hold, please. I had this. See, that's why I had these bookmarks, and then I didn't. You got it? Anyone see?
While you bringing it up, Monique had an issue with a statement that Tyler Perry made at Angie Stone's funeral. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry went up there and he started bashing the music industry and saying that the music industry, like, once they don't deem you as valuable anymore, they don't care about you. People who need help, they can't get it. I don't- this is the weird thing about black people in funerals, and Monique and Tyler Perry. Like, all three of them things combined, you definitely looking for some trouble. So I do agree with Monique in this particular moment against her stance against Tyler Perry. You didn't have to bring that up
You
at the
have
funeral.
let me read her statement, then we'll go from there. So I don't read so good. I'm just joking. All right. So she says, Dear Tyler Perry, I recently watched your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral where you expressed frustration over her mistreatment by the music industry. It struck me and my husband, Sydney. I can't stand when she keep bringing up that nigga. But anyways, as poignant, and also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in your actions towards me. One, you expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you labeled me difficult to work with despite never having worked with me. How can you condemn poor treatment of others when you've imposed the same on me? We have audio of you admitting you were wrong. Two, you ask, where's the money she's owed? Or where's my public apology that you promised in 2016? The false narrative you perpetrated helped blackball me, costing tens of millions. Where's the restitution for that? Three, you mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve, yet you asked me to promote Precious for free without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standards. Four, you said we should be careful in how we treat children of God as a man of faith. Where is your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it's yet to come. Unlike the music industry in which you criticize, we have the audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be held accountable too? In closing, I hope your words at Angie's funeral inspire you to correct the wrongs you've done to my family and me. You have the power to do so as you've shared biblical teachings. Please remember, what will it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? We await your response with love and respect, Monique and Sydney. End quote.
Don't she always call her husband daddy?
She calls her husband daddy, which is
Okay.
ridiculous. But before I go off, go ahead and see what was you saying about that?
Yeah, people who typically have bad blood amongst each other, they're not gonna see eye to eye really much on anything, and she gonna go to her grave feeling like Tyler Perry wronged her unless he gives her some money that apparently he owes her. I agree with her in terms of he shouldn't have brought that whole situation up about the music industry. It should have been up there basically celebrating her life. Like, we all know the industry is funky town. So you don't have to go up there and sound like a broken record. Um, I just think Monique just don't like nobody that she feels did her wrong. I think she would have found any excuse to want to say something about Tyler Perry, and it just so happened to be Angie Stone's funeral that
And
she
so,
take that
you know,
moment.
Kyla, what you got?
Well, in this situation, I just feel like I feel are in the wrong. It's just that I think that with Tyler, he has taken this road of silence on any and everything that comes towards him. So he's not responding only because his reputation, he's trying to, keep that under wraps. Monique, she's bitter about the situation, and she's going to continue to bring it up until she reaps whatever benefits she feels she deserves. Should it been Angie Stone's funeral? Absolutely not. But I also don't think that Tyler should have brought up the things that Angie was pretty much going through either. It should have been, his maybe his going away speech, his time with her, but I don't think it should have been anything in reference to what she had going on behind the scenes. So I feel like he shouldn't have did that either. So she chimed in and he did too.
I think she need to read the room. Like Tyler Perry and Oprah, which she likes to blame both of them, isn't the only reason that people don't want to work with Monique. Monique is a headache to work with. That's just all it is. Like, this is a situation right here. Even now, she had actually somewhat moved past all this. Like, the world thought you was already past it. Like, nobody's talking about it no more. You're doing shows. You've made up with Lee Daniels. You're getting movie roles. So you should be fine. But like, okay, noted, you don't like Tyler Perry. I feel like we get that. Tyler Perry doesn't owe you any money. Like, sure, you say that you lost out on millions of dollars, but on a contract level, he don't owe you no money. Like you spazzed out, and people saw that. And yes, you are dealing with one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. You can't just spaz out and expect people to pick you over him. But at the same token, I agree with what Monique says. It's just like you picked the time when we should be mourning Angie Stone, and you made it about you.
Well,
Go ahead, see.
Monique and Kanye to me are the same person.
Oh, we gonna get to him.
What they be feeling about certain things be valid. It just be their delivery and the way they be going about it, and you would think that they didn't piece it up with that person, and then they're double, they'll spin the block, and all of a sudden you be like how you just said, like, oh, I thought everything was cool with her and Lee Daniels and with Tyler Perry, but they just can't let go, like Kyle said, of their bitterness. They like the same individual. That's why they can't move on, because they feel like if somebody wronged them, then they want to be able to stand on a soapbox and tell everybody else, this person wronged me, so you need to agree with everything that I say against this person.
All right, well, you know what? We're gonna go out of order since you brought them up, and here we go. Next title, fuck Kanye is my stance on it. And look, disclaimer. Again, this is my all-time favorite rap artist. Like, and I'm done. It's over. Like I used to say, and I still do. I say I speak Kanye. I speak fluent Kanye. So I know what you're saying. See, when you say he doesn't know how to deliver it, but you understand what he's trying to say. He just does it in a stupid way. But I'm the same way. I'm not giving Agent Orange in the White House no breaks. I'm not giving Kanye any breaks, especially off of what this man said about the Carter's children. I'm not even going to read it, but it's up there. But pretty much he said his two youngest, the twins. Nah, fuck it. Let's read it. Let's say what Kanye said.
Yeah, what did he say?
Has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They are retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice. What the fuck are you talking about, sir? Like, what are you talking about? Then he deletes it and says, I need everyone to know that I took the post down about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. I get it. You got bipolar, but you know how to fucking take your meds. Like, I'm sick of us giving him a pass. Oh, he's just off his meds right now. You a fucking so-called billionaire. You can have somebody give you some meds if this is the case. You walking around with Nazi signs and swastikas, and now you talking about the man that pretty much put you on, his family. Like, if you would say fuck Kanye, be like, fuck Jay-Z or fuck Beyonce, all right, cool. But you brought his kids into it. I can't rock with you. I'm done with him.
Yeah, that's next level.
Well, I'm probably gonna get canceled then.
You are.
What you got, see?
I rap now. Q. Now you remember we was there with Mama West in the very beginning.
Hold on.
In the beginning,
we sat next. We was at the WGCI music seminar before College Dropout came out. C, Mama West was in one seat. C was right next to her. I was right next to him. We sat next to Mama West. Go ahead, C. I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead.
She gave me and Q some good advice that put a major battery in our back, and I ain't gonna front. That did make me even like Kanye even more, starting right then and there. So let's fast forward to right now. Kanye definitely is having a manic bipolar episode. Like, this is a treacherous one that he's having right now. Okay. Talking about kids, I do think that should be off limits. But I blame I blame us also. Sometimes you really just have to turn people off. You have to unsubscribe to people. You have to stop letting their words or their influence get under your skin so much. This is the main reason why I like debating with people when it comes to, as you call them, Agent Orange, because I don't feel that any human should be able to get under your skin like that. The only person that can get under my skin is my mama. Outside of my mama, can't nobody else get under my skin like that. And
Hold,
go
hold
ahead, go
on,
ahead,
my
bro.
bad. I had to check the mic. Kyler, you back on your mic. No, I get you. And before I let Kyler chime in, let me hop in on that. He doesn't bother me. I sleep fine. Like I sleep fine. I just don't. I'm just not. This is not a who's bothering me. Like with Agent Orange, I told y'all for the next 4 years, I'm just minding my business. Like it ain't my fault that he's still in the office. It's y'all that didn't vote. That's whose fault it is. So I don't care about that. I don't lose sleep about nobody. But I'm also not going to support you. I'm not going to support anything you do. His album comes out, I don't give a shit no more. Like, bro, like Kim Kardashian went on and said she's trying to get an order now to block him from getting the kids because how he's spazzing out. And that's a real thing. We wake up one day and then you see on the news Kanye West found dead and 3 of his kids' bodies in the next room over is a real possibility of somebody going through a fucking manic attack. And he's already saying Jay-Z gonna come and kill me. Like, I wouldn't want my kids around you either. So she has a legit thing for those reasons. So he can go have his little attacks in public, but I'm not defending him no more. What you got,
Do
Kyler?
you?
Yeah.
Hold on, let
Oh, I'm
Kyler
sorry, I'm
get in.
sorry, Carla.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say clearly, Kanye has always been screaming for help, mentally. Now, like C said, a lot of the things that he says, um, is true. A lot of the stuff that we want to kind of just sweep under the rug or we don't want to look further into. I've always thought about when Kanye always says something, there's an underline to it. It's not just he's crazy. You know what I mean? Now, like you said, because it's like with bringing the kids into it. That's a whole nother level. Like you can't bring nobody's kids into nothing like that. Cause I know if you talk about my kids, it's gonna be a problem. So the fact that he did that, I think he just screaming for Jay-Z's attention in a whole nother way. So whatever smoke he got coming towards him, he just gonna get it.
Yeah,
It's well deserved.
yeah, you're not gonna go ahead, see.
Why can Eminem be praised about all the crazy stuff he done said about people in songs that
Completely different.
has
Completely different.
uh, that
Completely
that is in that is in full perpetuity of always being able to be listened to? Eminem talked about people kids. He
different.
then said vulgar things about people's sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he just said vulgar things about certain people need to be, assaulted. Why though? Why he always get a pass, but it's looked at when Ye do something, it's off the hinges. Now I agree with you, Q, about the kids. Like Kim got every right to be on some itch. Like, you know what?
Hold on.
He's
Well,
bugging.
let me say that because the big difference is that Eminem's not going through a manic attack. Eminem is playing the Slim Shady character. Eminem ain't Slim Shady, and everybody knows Eminem ain't Slim Shady. That is the character that he plays. Marshall Mathers plays, and it sells records. He ain't going out there saying he about to kill his mother in real life, or he probably hates his wife. But I mean, shit, they probably have a reason. But the things that he says on records, that's like saying I'm going to arrest every rap artist for saying they killed somebody on a song, which we just had to go through with Young Thug. That's different. Kanye is in his real life world doing real life shit that it has nothing to do with music. I'm taking the music out. Hey, but look, if y'all want to support him, support the motherfucker. I don't care. Like you said, I ain't gonna lose sleep at all at all. And Kanye West is not going to lose $1 for me not supporting him anymore. So y'all go ahead and keep supporting that man. And I am sayonara off the Kanye train.
Can I ask one more thing though before we
sir.
close the Kanye thing out?
Yeah.
Who's been arrested more in their lifetime, Kanye or Eminem?
What's with this thing about Eminem? Like, what are we
No,
doing?
I don't have anything against Eminem. I'm just using it as a compare and contrast. Who's been arrested more in their life,
I don't know.
Kanye or Eminem?
I don't actually remember Eminem going to jail. So I don't remember either one of them going to jail.
Getting arrested, going to jail, two different things. But I'll answer that. Obviously, Eminem has been arrested more in their life than Kanye. That's why I really do feel this is a true mental health issue dealing with Ye. Someone needs to do a 51-50. How we were talking about Wendy and the conservatory. Someone needs a conservatory over Kanye.
If Kanye wasn't Kanye, Kanye would be in a padded room. If he wasn't Kanye, he would be in a padded room.
Yeah,
you right about that. You right about that. Like for sure, he would be in a padded room. But anyways, hey, one of my used to be favorite rapper. Now so. My bad. I'm sorry.
What if it's just what if his is just a character?
No, and if we being honest, your music ain't that good no more. Anyways, when was the last time you made some back to back classics, and the new shit is shit. So you know what? Let me get off my.
Where's my church towel?
Now y'all pissing me off.
Get the church towel out. When you over there, you heated. Got you going.
Y'all don't understand how much is like when College Dropout came out. This man was like the second coming of Jesus to me. I was like, oh, this is crazy. So the fact that we've went this far with it, like I'm hurt. I'm hurt. This is me lashing out. Anyway, moving on. So all right, Kanye. I didn't have time to make a combined picture of Tesla and Target, but we're not going to be on this too long. I just would like to say we talked about it last was it last week or was it the week before that we talked about the 1-day protest? When was that? See,
that was last week. I was waiting on this topic tonight.
Okay, so my point is the 1-day protest does absolutely nothing. But with that also being said, an extended boycott protest, stop buying his shit, absolutely does something. This, excuse me, this bad stock, and I have it in front of me, went from $440 to now it is currently at $235 a share. Sure, that's a shitload of money, but that man's stock got cut in half with Tesla in a matter of 2 months. 2 months, your stock drops in half. When we want, Elon gets to do what he does because Elon is rich as fuck. When you got the money, you got the power, and he has the power because he has the money. So if you take away that money from him, he no longer has that power. But before you chime in, see, I would also like to show that Target, the 1-day boycott does nothing. But guess what? You take a stock that went from 121, and right now it is at a low of 104 for Target, and it's been like that since that boycott started, and it's going lower. This entire month has been dropping. It's because that's a continuous protest. So the power to the people do have power when say people can't do nothing, can't move a needle. Yeah, you can't do it in one day, but if you continuously don't go and support what you think you should support, then you can actually make a movement. And I'm done talking. Go ahead, C.
A lot of people are sheep. Bad sheep. Let's start with Tesla. Okay. One, this is nothing but a cook in the books underplay. As the stock decreases, you're going to have people like Elon himself purchasing a lot of his own stock. He's going to get a bailout. Stock is going to go back up. He's going to make money by inflating his own stock. That's one. Another thing, you have people out there that are so triggered by his role in this current administration, they are firebombing people's cars. They are firebombing people's cars that didn't even necessarily vote for Trump. People who've had Teslas for the last 3, 4 years. This is the problem with individuals, especially in this current society, not being true free thinkers. When you are willing to destroy someone's property because they have a different ideology of you, that shows who's really the dumb one or the least intelligent one out of this whole ordeal. And you have these people, they hate Elon and Tesla so much, or Elon I should say. They've uploaded on the website for public site every registered Tesla owner in America. That What are we doing? What the hell is wrong with people to where they're so triggered that they'll do something like that when we've had major conflict in this country way before Elon, and people haven't taken the proper steps to show that they're willing to form together for change. This has less and less to do with Elon and more to do with Trump. All of these things are caused by people being triggered that Agent Orange, as you call them, is back in office. And it's so sad. I don't even care about the whole Tesla stock thing because that money is going to bounce back. Target stock is going to bounce back. I'm more upset with the fact that people's property and their livelihoods, you know what? Until a child, God forbid, I hope this doesn't happen, but until an innocent child is injured or lose their life because of some stupid zealous, and what they really are is a domestic terrorist by destroying someone's property in that violent demeanor. Until someone innocent is fatally injured or dead, people are just gonna, oh wow, this is so great. We're rooting, we're standing together. This is no different than people thinking the Luigi kid, the one that killed the billionaire healthcare guy. That's rooting for him. This is in the same dirty cesspool as that.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's two sides of so there's the middle and there's the left and there's the right, right? So you got crazy people on the right and you got crazy people on, when you say the extreme right and extreme left, it's the same energy. They just got different ideologies with it. So yeah, killing somebody or tagging somebody's Tesla that they've had for 4 years because of Elon. Yeah, you're right. That is crazy. So is storming the Capitol on the right side. That is crazy. But people like, oh no, I'm a patriot. I'm over there. I'm doing the patriot thing. I'm American. I'm gonna go swim in the Gulf of America. All that shit's crazy. No matter which side you look, on the right or the left, there's crazy people on both. But the point of this story is before, I didn't want to go deep. You know, I don't want to go into deep into politics. I'm just talking about you can move a number. One day is not going to do anything. If you a 1 day protest, it sounds cute on paper, but it's pointless. You got to do something consistently. You really don't want to support Target or you don't want to support Tesla. Okay, don't buy Tesla. Don't go to Target. Go to your local market. Go to Sprouts. Go to things like that. Kylie, you haven't talked. My bad. We took up all the airtime. We feel like Breakfast Club right
No,
now.
y'all good because y'all had some really good points. The only thing I had to say was, just like anything else that comes up, it's a wave right now. So most people, their mindset is always to ride the wave until it dies out. So right now, this is the wave that most people are riding. And like you said, the numbers are only going down because so many people are talking about it. Once this trickles down, that number is going to go right back up, just like C said. This is all it is. But if you really about your money and less about all the BS that they talking about, you're gonna stick with Tesla and you're gonna stick with Target because once this goes back up, then your pocket's gonna be nice. So it's really a matter of where's your mindset.
If you plan the money game, if you plan stocks, like
Yeah.
if you take, so here's the thing. If you take the human factor out of it, and I'm just playing Monopoly, oh, absolutely. I'm about to buy some
Hmm.
Tesla stock right now, some Target stock right now. because people have short attention spans, and as soon as the next big thing hits, it's going to go back up. That's not my point. My point is just to prove that what you can do if you want to move a needle. Is it going to be sustained? Probably not. We have short attention spans, like, so it might move on or not. But anywho, let's move on. It's good stuff. It's still fuck Kanye. Still fuck Elon.
No,
still fuck
fuck
Agent Orange. Fuck them all. I feel like Pac right now. All right. Moving on to how you get fired on your off day type of shit. So she's not fired though, but last night, Jess Hilarious spazzed out on everybody that she works with. She spazzed out on the internet. She spazzed out on Corey Holcomb. What's his name? Was it Holcomb? Holcomb, Corey Holcomb. And she just fell for the bait. So like before we go with it, so she went on a rant because Corey Holcomb said that she's not talented. She got pregnant and somebody better came in and took her spot. And she fell for that, even though things have been going on in the background before this happened. She fell for that and went live and pretty much talked about her whole job. And the next day, I haven't watched Breakfast Club in a while, but I watched it the next morning because that was some awkward shit that had to be spoken on. But I'll let C, because you know a little bit behind it. So you go ahead and start it.
Yeah, so Jess actually tried to sue me and two other colleagues of mine because I work on another podcast as a consultant and producer. And when it was rumblings that she was the possible upcoming third member on the Breakfast Club, we did an episode about all the reasons why she shouldn't and why iHeart and the Breakfast Club was making a terrible decision. So she always gets in her feelings when people, say things that she feels internally about herself. She tried to say the other day when she was spazzing out on live that she was the one that picked Lauren to be her fill-in. One, that's totally false right there. Lauren was already a top-tier journalist. She had already had years of working at TMZ, and she was already being eyed as a top candidate for Angela Yee when they were looking for a new host, that female entity on the platform. And truth be told, Jess never really fit in with that dynamic with Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy. And her voice is not one that has a cadence that you like to hear. She don't do her research. Like that whole Jess with the mess, she just be saying the wildest shit possible, trying to get the same reaction she would get that made her career on social media. No, you can't do those things no more. There's things called libel suits and slander suits. Multi-billion-dollar corporation. And like you said, Q, she got tricked out her own spot. She fell for what Corey said. She fell for the comments over the last 6 months about how everybody liked Lauren over her. And she allowed her emotions dictate how she's supposed to move in a strategic business, dynamic. And the thing that really hit her, this is what made her snap that evening. Earlier that day, it was announced live on air that Lauren had became the senior news producer for not just the Breakfast Club, but for iHeart. So it was announced when they were all on air together. And you can tell, you can look at Jess's face after Lauren announced it, because Lauren actually does this for real. You're just here because you had a lot of followers. But when it comes to actual talent, I never saw a lot of talent there. I'm with Corey. I never thought she belonged on there, and she just let her emotions get the best of her. So now everybody know she really ain't built for this.
What you got, Kyle?
Just like T said, I don't feel like they should have picked her in the first place. I mean, for a follow up after Angela Yee, it was like, this is who you choose. Were you really thinking, or did you just really need to fill a space real quick? What was it? So I just feel like they may have chosen her just because of her popularity at the time. But when you really sit with it, what real work has she put out to really come on and fill the spot, especially with all the viewers that you have that are going to be chiming in? So I just don't think she deserved that spot. Not saying that she doesn't, have any type of talent whatsoever. I just don't think she's tapped into that part to even to have the spot that she had.
She's a social media person. She's not even at the stage where she is a prime comedian yet. She still needs to be like underground working on her stand-up act. Like she's not even there yet. The only reason that she got that job is because Charlamagne the God loves her. Like he's cool with her. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason she got that job. When they was going through all the special guest hosts to see who fits, again, she doesn't have a good presence on the radio. When Angela Yee was on there, Angela Yee did the news, she did the gossip, and she was one of the three hosts. Now, what's her name? Morgan Wood does the news, Lauren does the gossip stuff. So if you got two people doing the job that Angela Yee did, what is even the point of Jess Hilarious on the show? Like, what is the
Mm-hmm.
point of her on there? And the only reason she's on there because she has a contract. And Corey Holcomb said it best: is like you came in and you got pregnant, and Jess said she got pregnant on purpose. It's like, and we're not saying that you can't, have a baby, but like you gotta pick the right time. You ain't even the paint ain't even dry yet on your contract. Like you left right as soon as you came, and then somebody better came in and did your job better than you. And now the Breakfast Club is looking like, damn, I'm stuck with Jess Hilarious right now, but this girl is better than her. So we're not going to let her go because we need her more than we actually need Jess Hilarious. And that's when you can see, that's why Jess Hilarious don't like her, because she knows somebody is better than her on this show, and that's what it is. But Jess Larry is talking like she been there for years. It's like, I chose you, and like you don't got that much power yet. Like you don't have that much power to spaz out, because you will get replaced. I don't care how cool you are with Charlamagne or not, but I just don't think she's that funny. That's just my choice on her. I don't like dislike her personally. I don't know her, but just like watching the Breakfast Club, I used to watch it all the time. I don't watch it at all now. When after Angela left, what you got? See?
Did y'all catch that mic drop statement that Lauren had said when they were airing this all out? Lauren said, "When it's all said and done, Jess, I'm the producer and you're my talent.
You're my talent.
So we're going to do what's best for the show." Well, I heard that shit right there, and I said, "This is why Jess don't need to be here, because no one in their 16 years on air ever said something at that level to Angela Yee."
Hey, she said that because Lauren said she ain't gonna get ghetto with you. She ain't gonna get ghetto with you. She said that shit on some like per my last email type shit. Like some backhanded shit. Like she came at her hard. All right, but it is time. It is time for our. Hope you ready, C. It is time for C's Corner. And you know what happens is.
And this is the second time. Oh, okay, we solo. All right, let me make sure my hair is decent. Okay, so today on Circus Corner, we're gonna be talking about people getting themselves locked up on these podcasts. Are podcasters the new police? You just had Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon all get swept up in a RICO charge this week. Big U turned himself in yesterday. Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, they got scooped up, and they looking at some serious charges. I'm talking about sex trafficking, extortion, murder, a slew of different charges. And the feds and the district attorney of California is saying our case, or a major part of our case, was based off and predicated on these guys incriminating themselves on camera, and then we able to actually match what they're saying to incidents that took place, and we couldn't figure out all the particulars, but them talking on a podcast, we were able to fill in the blanks. So they pretty much incriminated themselves. The podcast world is the new media. We all know that. Popular podcasters, they are the new big artists. Um, but what happened to, you know, a level of the street code? Like, certain things don't need to be said on camera, especially if there is no statutes of limitations on some of these charges. And the statutes of limitations, when it comes to RICO charges, they are just as long as no statute of limitations on a murder. So these guys are saying, "Oh man, such and such snitched on me," and Big U trying to blame Whack 100 for this and that. No, you've admitted yourself on several platforms that you were a rolling 60 Crip that was responsible for this and responsible for that. But then as soon as the government come down with that hammer, you want to start pointing the finger at everybody else instead of pointing the thumb at yourself. Dudes in the streets, people in the streets, chicks, dudes, whatever. If you was doing your 1-2 on the streets, don't be jumping on these podcasts telling all your business. Because believe me, they have a hard drive that they collecting all of this, and they just sitting back with a bucket of popcorn, waiting for you to help them fill in the blank like a crossword puzzle so they can lock your ass up. And with a lot of these dudes, it ain't no get out of jail free card. They gonna have to plea out and take these charges, take these years, because how are you going to get around something that you've admitted that you done yourself? It's a case closed. So moving forward, yo, anybody's watching this, anybody jumping in the podcast game, if you done did some dirt, yo, leave that dirt off camera. Do not talk about it, because the people is watching and they is ready to lock your ass up.
That was very nice.
Well said. Well said.
But no, seriously, like moving silence. Like I don't know what it is about the world today that you feel like just because you're in front of this screen right here that you can't get touched. Like the like you said, the feds are watching. Like the thing that baffles me is that this is an OG. This is not a YN. This is an OG.
Yeah.
It's like you should already understand like that how this works. Like and I think there's a lot of undercover operatives in these interviews. So people getting paid $10,000-$20,000 for these interviews they doing. And they cool. This person cool. Like, no, they probably not. They want you to talk for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and they getting themselves hemmed up. But yeah, I agree with you. See, we'll see where that case goes with it. But all right, that moves us out of the week in review. There was a lot of shit going on. So now we're just gonna get into our topics. Today we at the Battle of the Sexes. I only got one female, but it's okay. It's okay. I feel like one female voice is enough for two males, so we'll take it. The first topic of the Battle of the Sexes, we're gonna call it another person's trash. So this week, Megan Good and Jonathan Majors got married in a secret wedding. Well, it's not secret, but it wasn't like a big wedding. They tied the knot and moved on. So we already know about all the baggage that Jonathan Majors comes with, with the abuse allegations with his ex-girlfriend that cost him his old Marvel contract. And then Megan Good was also in a long-term marriage. And before they got married, they didn't have sex and they wanted to do that whole thing. And you saw where it ended. So that didn't work out. So now they together. Before I speak on it, so this ain't a news topic. Ladies first. Kyla?
Well, congratulations to them. My whole thing is, I feel like if they love it, I love it too. Yeah, I mean, love always takes over at the end of the day. So with Megan, yeah, previous relationships, but I feel like we all can kind of we all have our backstories with previous relationships, and we've all been there. So I mean, this may not work out. I hope it does for them, their sake. I don't have a whole lot to say as far as Jonathan's career, his because we know that he was playing for the other side at that time.
Well, let's
Um,
let's 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 take out that. This is just a quick reference. So let me just take them off the stage because this ain't really about them. This is just about the topic. So these is
okay.
somebody that was pretty much damaged goods, right?
Mm-hmm.
The image that he comes across with his ex, and now he's with Megan Good, and you see they all hugged up and love each other, and now they even got married, and
Mm-hmm.
he's saying he makes her happy, she makes him happier than he's ever been in his life, and it seemed like his career's going on the right track. So, like, what do you feel about it when just a person in general, they move on and then they find they're stuck, but then they find somebody that's like, oh shit, there's the grass is greener. Now, last week I told you I don't believe anything when people are all lovey-dovey and perfect in public. I always think it's fake. There's something about
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Major, FY, that just like something ain't right about that boy type of shit.
You
But
right.
something
That
right,
is so true.
something
That
right
is
about
so
that boy.
true. When I look at Jonathan too, I be thinking the same thing. Like something a little off. There's a couple screws missing there,
Something a little off.
and it's just gonna be a moment where that just goes left. But again, when you pay attention to Megan Good's backstory too, of the people she's been with, she obviously got some screws missing because crazy knows crazy. So at the end of the day, right as of right now, um, good luck to both of them.
Good luck to both. What you guys see?
Good luck to both.
Um, I I am okay. I don't want to say one person's trash is another person's treasure. I like to look at it from this philosophy that was told to me. It's like finding a old dirty coin, right? And that coin at the time may not be worth a lot to you that you may not know of. But one day you clean the coin and you go on the Google and you type in the number, you find out, whoa, this this particular penny that was from this edition is worth how much? Like, oh wow. So sometimes it just takes the right individual or the right work in the individual to be able to discover their worth. Okay. Um, I'm sure we've all been in relationships to where we weren't uh
Blessings.
w- we weren't treated the way that we deserve to be treated, and we've probably been in a relationship where we didn't treat our partner the way they needed to be treated. It can be a combination of circumstance. It can be a combination of wrong timing. um I just believe that some people aren't meant to be together. Like, some things just aren't meant to be. No matter how well it may look on paper, or oh, this person checks this box and shit like this. It may be that one thing. It may be that one cog in the machine to be like, oh, this is why we can't get forward. This is why we can't have no progress, because we're not addressing this one issue right here, and we're gonna always circle the drain to come back to this one goddamn issue. Some folks just some folks are better off as just colleagues. Some how they say, oh, well, you could be cool with your ex. No, sometimes you aren't meant to be cool with your ex. Sometimes you meant to get the hell away and file a restraining order against that motherfucker. So,
You,
that's
you
all
know,
that's how
you,
I
you
look
you know
at
what
it.
I don't like, the saying I don't like. When people say, man, you gotta fight for your love. Why you
You
gotta fight
shouldn't.
for love? Like that terminology is just weird for me. Like, if it's love and it's love on both sides, like, it shouldn't be something that you're fighting. it should kind of happen organically. And I'm not saying that, I mean, everybody's human, so of course you're gonna have a bad day. You might have an argument and shit like that. I'm not like, that's just how it goes. But like, if it's like a constant fight, like to the point where I don't even know if I like you, you know what I'm saying, type of shit, like that's probably not your person.
That's
And like
real.
you probably need to, find something else. Like there's 8 billion people on the planet. There's 8 billion people on the planet. There's somebody else out there that you're compatible with. Like you just gotta look. And I mean, life is too short. Like why would you want to have to fight for somebody? And like some people aren't meant for somebody. So like somebody might have been with somebody and they weren't right, and then y'all meet up and it's like, oh damn, you kind of cool and shit. Like that doesn't mean that the other relationship, that person was horrible. They just wasn't meant for each other. They didn't rock together like that. So I don't know. Like I think that again with Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. Her name is Megan Majors, by the way. That sounds like a porn star name. That's what you know.
Oh my
Megan
God.
Majors.
On the coming to the stage.
All right. Megan Majors to the stage. That's definitely a stripper name. But like them two, hey, maybe that little 2 bits of craziness fits them perfectly. So I'm always rooting for it. So hopefully, they good, they stay together. I like Jonathan Majors as an actress. Actor, as an actor.
I'm about to say.
Yeah. Like Jonathan Majors as an actor.
Before we leave the topic, can I address something that Miss Renee was saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you tried to pivot around that Q. We caught you though.
What'd I say?
He caught you.
What'd I say?
Do we believe? Well, I know I do. That the reason why he got in the issues and trouble that he did was because of where he was playing at. Do we like not just playing on the other side, but she looked like one of the ones you don't play with on that side.
Hey, and when you get on, you leave it full, girl. Like, listen. I mind my business. I don't. That doesn't matter. Like, I don't think that matters. I think it matters that who you chose. He chose the wrong one. He chose the wrong one.
Because colorblind, there should be no limits with your love. So I want to make a public service announcement.
Yeah,
there should be no limits with your love based on color. But when you are a public figure like him, right? It's sad. Like, I want to be wealthy, but I don't want to be famous, because you do have to move a certain way, and you do have to understand if something goes left, you got to understand how you're going to be portrayed. Like, dude, you walking around like looking like fucking black ass Terminator, and it don't matter if you push her away. You have to know how that's going to look. So if you know that you've had issues with this person in the past and the police hadn't gotten involved with, you need to tell yourself, you know what? I'm Kane the Conqueror. I think I need to go ahead and bust a move before something goes really bad in my career. So I'm just, time to jump. There you go, my boy. Time to jump.
Time to jump, man. Like, again, yeah. Make sure you know who you're rocking with. It's always nice if you meet somebody before you're famous, because then you actually know if they like with you. But especially the people that you meet after you famous and after you got that money, it's hard to tell like who's really there for you. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. These two are gonna go into one, and we're gonna close it out. Before we go, it's time to jump, man. Like, what I mean by that, I'm gonna play a video after I bring it in. But like, a lot of people in the world are scared to do things. It don't matter whether it's your career or your profession, whether moving out of state. Like, it's a scary thing, and you gotta make that decision. Like, I know so many people in Chicago that. And I love Chicago. Like, don't let me disclaimer. I love Chicago. Like, it's my favorite city. But I can always go back and visit it. You know what I'm saying? But so many people don't want to leave, or they feel like they stuck like I can't never move Chicago. There's so much other shit outside of Chicago. Like if you just give yourself an opportunity. So before I go into that and break it down, let's just watch this quick video. Quick. As soon as I can get it to the stage. Maybe. That's that new technology. I don't know if anything's playing or not. Anything playing?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Dang. See, that's why I need an assistant. I might not be able to do my video. It's gonna make me sad.
It's like it's trying to, but it's choking right now.
Now I'm sad. I'm gonna remove it and put it back. Hold on. Let me remove it. And then I'm gonna remove this banner. I need more bandwidth. Let's see. I was thinking. I see it thinking.
You have to jump. There is no way around it. You have to jump. Every successful person has jumped. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to dash off that cliff, and you got to jump out there as far as you can. But the only way to get your parachute to open so you can soar, you got to jump. Now here's the problem. When you jump, I can assure you one thing. Your parachute will not open right away. You're gonna hit them sides of them rocks. You're gonna tear your back out on the cliff. You're gonna cut yourself. You're gonna get wounded. You're gonna get some tears and stuff like that. But eventually, the parachute will open and you'll be soaring. But here's the other caveat. If you do not jump, I promise you one thing, your parachute will never open.
Your parachute will never open. It said, I heard this thing, and that was another part that ended. He was trying to be cool with that one. That was not the original one he did. He said, your parachute will never open if you never jump. He said, you'll be safe, but you'll never soar. That's how it's supposed to end, but you'll never soar. So like, people are scared to do shit. You gotta get out there and you gotta do it, and you might fail and you might fail again. But like, if you never try, then you never get anywhere with it. So you got something to say?
I agree with that 1,000%. My mom and my stepfather, God rest his soul. I remember when I was telling them in my early 20s that I was gonna move to New York, and they looked me right in my face in the kitchen and they said, "You're gonna fail. You're not gonna make not a single dollar. Don't you know it's 1,000 other people that wants to do what you want to do and they're gonna do it better than you?" And man, I broke down and I cried like a mofo that night. But you know what? Scraped together a couple dollars, took my ass out there, and best decision that I ever made. Didn't look back. And you damn right it was hard, because some days I actually slept on the subway, riding the 2 train and the 5 train from uptown, the Times Square, back to the Bronx. But I didn't want to call home to let them know that I was going through some rough moments and struggling, because I'm like, if I do that, it's going to be easy for them to say, "Oh, well, we gonna send for you to come back home." I had to thug it out, and in my final moment of almost tapping out, a life changing event happened, and it took me to an even greater level. So I agree wholeheartedly. What Mr. Harvey saying about taking that leap.
What about you, Kylie? You not in Chicago no more either, so you definitely got
No, but just like C said, a kind of similar situation, going into my career as, a hairstylist, went to college, all that stuff. Parents was like, "No, you're going." But that's not what I really wanted to do. That's not where my heart was. So I just took a leap of faith, and I got all of the backlash about, you're not gonna, be successful at it. You're not gonna make any money. They don't make any money in that career, so on and so forth. And right now I'm at my happiest and making my own schedule on my own time, doing my own thing. So I do encourage any and everybody who has this idea on paper to start bringing it and moving forward and bringing it alive, because what you think you can't do, you can do even more than what you think you can't do. You can do way more than that. So
I agree
just
with
do
that.
it.
I agree. And then you see the topic right now is who's in your corner. You gotta watch. You gotta watch who you think is in your corner, and it's there's two sides of the coin on that. There's some people that I'll take like she said, same thing. Like my parents, like my parents can't see half of the shit that I envision, right? Like they don't see the vision. That don't mean that they want anything bad for me. They just can't see the same vision that I'm seeing, right? So like my dad, his whole thing is um my dad has like 3-4 jobs for no fucking reason. He just likes to work. He's like his quote is I stay on somebody's clock. And my thought process is, but why don't you just get your own clock?
That part.
Why don't you get your own clock? Like I get it. I love the work ethic, but like why don't you get your own clock? I don't want to be on somebody's clock. I want my own clock. So but they can't see that. So again, they're not saying anything bad. They're just saying, go. They just want me to go out there and work and make some money, which is cool. I'll do that, but let me do it a different type of way. But then you got some people, on the flip side of that coin, that don't have your best interests. Smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Those backstabbers. That's a real song. That's one of the realest songs I've ever made. But they really will. They will smile in your face and this and that, and they don't really want good. From some people want to see the world burn and for no reason. And if they're not doing good, they want to see you not doing good. So you can't take everybody. You can't take everybody with you on these journeys that you going on. I can say get on the train, and if you want to get on, then fine. But like if you don't, I'm not gonna beg, or plead with you to try to take this journey. It look like you gotta say something. See what you got.
How do you feel about people who don't have the same vision as you in the beginning, but they'll come around, while things are starting to, go up for you? Like, do you feel any red flags around individuals like that who weren't necessarily rooting you on from the beginning?
Some people want to take the easy route. They want to take the easy route on it. They don't want to do the hard work. So
they
like
just become your employees.
that was exactly where I was going with it. It's like, look, we could have been bosses. We could have been both bosses with this, but now you want to jump on later. Now you're an employee. You're an employee with it, where you could have been a boss on equal level playing field and stuff. You can't wait. You either look, you either with me or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I rock with it. Like you either with me or you're not. Like I back in the day, I would have like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this by myself. Yada yada yada. No, like no, I'm gone. Like you coming or you're not coming? Like what we doing about it? But there's a lot of people again, like we can all eat at the same time. Like I don't know what it is with our people that feel like only one person can do something at the same time as the other. And if you doing the same thing, then it's hate or it's competition. No, there's money for everybody to get some money. Like for real, this podcast here. Eventually, this podcast is gonna have multiple podcasts all under one umbrella. Multiple podcasts. That's eventually what's gonna happen. Everybody can eat. Like everybody through party promotions, everybody then sold clothes, everybody then now everybody's on podcasts. Like everybody's done it. Like nobody's doing some unique shit like that ain't never been done before. It's just what's your niche, what's your niche or whatever when you're doing it. But I'm going on a rant now.
Yeah, my whole thing now is just go ahead, Quinn, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
No, I was just saying my whole mindset now is like-minded people. If you like Quinn said, if you're not on the boat, I'm not about to drag you on it. Either we on this, riding this together, or I'm gonna see you in the wind. One or the other. So
Yep. It's all good. It's all good. But be careful who you attach your wagon to, because they might be knocking the wheels off while you think you're going down the road.
Yeah, and
I'm
this is
not
another
getting weak.
thing people got to be wary of. Sometimes you got to watch the person you're laying next to, because they may not be your soulmate. They could just be your roommate, and they be the worst energy
Mhm.
drainers. And they'll do it in little subtle ways. You know, how's your little this doing? Oh, that ain't come through. It's like, you gotta watch it. Sometimes be
Yep.
the person you laying next to.
It'd be the closest one
Agreed.
to you. That's true. That's true.
Yep. Yep.
That's true. Like you better have an ultimate cheerleader, the same thing for boy or girl. Cheerleader is it
Yeah.
still cheerleader?
Cheerleader. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Supporter.
Cheer supporter, cheer porter,
Cheer porter.
cheer porter with you. But anywho, good topics today. Good topics. We have reached the end of our podcast. Let me get rid of my banner. I didn't have no issues except for that one video.
Yeah. But it still
Yeah, it
worked
was
out.
smooth.
Still worked out. All right. All right. All right, bet. So we've reached the end of the I Snuck in Here podcast for this Thursday that almost did not happen. Don't let it fool you. I feel like absolute crap right now, but we are going to get off this. Kyla, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyla Renee. Thank you for joining today. Cirque Money, always my boy. We get down like this. Oh, you know what? You remind me. We could have had people calling in this week. I totally fucking forgot.
Ah,
I
Oh,
totally
that would
fucking
have
forgot.
been awesome.
Yeah. Next week the equipment is already here. I will put the number in the chat so people can call in and talk with the topics. Because that's the new feature. I totally forgot. Spent all this money on this damn equipment, didn't even use it. That's cool. But I can do
we
this.
still doing the giveaway.
Okay, my bad. Hold on. I'm sorry. All right. What were you
Are we
saying?
still doing the giveaway next week?
Next week we are doing the giveaway. And I'm going to talk to you after this, and we'll work out the details of that. But anyways, Kyla, I'll let you go first to say your goodbyes and thank yous and whatnots and stuff.
Again, thank you for having me tonight. This has been fun. I hope to be on the show again. Thank you to everybody who came on and comment, and I hope we do get that call in because I think that would have definitely took it to another level.
Yeah, that's coming next week for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, C.
No doubt, no doubt. It was a pleasure.
All right, she's passing it to you. See.
Yeah. It's your boy Cirque Money one time for your boy. No, tonight was a great night. Everything flowed very smoothly. Remember, it's free to love and support your people. So please do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a good night tonight. I'm your boy, some call me Quinn. Thank y'all for tuning in to the I Snuck in Here podcast weekend review. Who's got your back was the topic. I really do appreciate y'all for being active in the comments. We get on here and it actually is a little bit of work to get this shit done, but it's fun, so we do it. And if y'all listening in, or fuck it, if y'all not listening, I'm still gonna do it. But we do appreciate when y'all do listen in. So thank y'all for tuning in to the podcast. So remember, thank y'all for sneaking in. When you sneak out, don't get caught by the cops. Peace.